I heat up, I can't cool down. You got me spinning round and round. Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Every time you call my name, I heat up like a burning flame, full of desire. Kiss me, baby, let the fire get higher. Abra, abracadabra. I wanna reach out and grab you. Abra, abracadabra. Abracadabra. So one night I had a dream that the TV was acting like a giant vacuum. It was suctioning everything in the room. I talked about this in a previous video on this channel. I had to grab hold of something tight to hold me down to not be sucked into the TV screen. I felt like it was a real experience. It was powerful. It was lifelike. I felt like if I had gone to the TV, I would have been captured somehow, and something bad would have happened to me. It was very scary, a very scary kind of nightmare. But was it really a nightmare? I have noticed that when I fall asleep with the TV on, or a tablet playing videos, or any other electronic device which is emitting video and or sound, that it changes how I dream. I can hear the speaker's voice, and I can remember the dream quite vividly, and what happens can be utterly wild. It feels many times like other people may actually be coming into my dreams and invading them. In one particular dream, I recognize a person who I'm no longer on good terms with. This person looked shocked, like they didn't understand why I was able to see them. Mind you, that I also know for a fact that that person used to love sleeping with the TV on. Bottom line being is that these dream invaders seem to be trying to affect me in this dream state. And it's actually a real thing in esoteric, mystical, and occult circles. This is known as a form of dream infiltration or astral interference. The state that I enter when falling asleep to external stimuli, such as TV, a phone, a tablet, a computer, it's not just a passive dreaming state. It actually acts as a weakened psychic threshold or open portal through which non-physical entities, wandering spirits, monitoring spirits, or even the consciousness of other humans, whether intentional or not, may enter my dreamscape and try to affect it. Let me unpack this from a spiritualist lens, drawing on Hermeticism, Kabbalah, indigenous dream work, as well as energy magic. So let's first talk about the etheric and astral planes. When you fall asleep, your consciousness begins to unmoor from the physical body, this mortal frame that you have, and it traverses into higher dimensional states. These states in the etheric, astral, and sometimes causal realms are populated by forms, many different thought forms, and entities. Some are projections of our own psyche. Others may be entirely autonomous and of their own volition. In esoteric teachings, perhaps maybe theosophy or Hermetic Kabbalah, dreaming with background voices or media creates an in-between frequency. You're not fully in deep sleep, but you're not fully awake either. This is known as a liminal state. This liminality makes you vulnerable to external psychic influence, especially if your own aura or energy field isn't properly shielded. And in my particular case, I haven't been well trained in this stuff, so I'm picking it up as I go along. The sounds and vibrations from the devices keep part of my conscious mind tethered to the material plane, making it easier for the interference to occur as these lower astral energies or other consciousnesses can travel through those layers. And remember, I've discussed in other videos how using EMF, human minds are able to make links to one another. So let's talk about these psychic infiltrations. Sometimes in these dreams, there's the experience of being mocked. There's the experience of being seduced. There's the experience of being ridiculed. There's the experience of being attacked. And this has been documented across many traditions. This is not new. This is known as a form of psychic vampirism or energy manipulation. In Haitian Vodou, for example, these might be seen as mystères or spirits attempting, right, to communicate or dominate. In folk witchcraft and Norse cider, these can be interpreted as dreamwalkers or astral projectors. I mentioned that I noticed someone projecting into my dream and they were shocked. This is key. Many practitioners who project or send entities into dreams do not anticipate that you're going to perceive them. Your awareness, or my awareness even, is our defense. The moment you see them, their illusion weakens. It's akin to turning on a light in a shadowy room. So what I've noticed since is that rather than those individuals coming looking as they are, they've learned how to change their appearances. They mask, so to speak. They are like doppelgangers. They become something else. And so this is a cycle of humiliation, a cycle of seduction, a cycle of shame, because they're trying to draw out emotional energy. That's not random. These psychic attacks are meant to lower our frequency through shame, fear, or lust. They're also to weaken our spiritual defenses by maybe trying to appeal to things that might really appeal to us. Like, for example, the seduction that I talked about, right? And this generates Loosh. And Loosh is an esoteric term for emotional energy that negative beings are able to feed on. That's why it's important for them to bring out certain emotions, particularly emotions of fear, particularly emotions of anger or even lust, right? I don't even know if that's an emotion, but you get the point, right? And so this is using glamours. They're using psychic pressure to cause us to doubt ourselves, to enter temptation, or to accept roles that they want to impose on us. These tactics are common in what mystics call dream tests. There are ways for them to gauge and manipulate our inner will. So be wary of this. This is a very important video broadcast that I'm doing on this because this is information you don't easily find. Let's talk about the role of technomancy. When you fall asleep to phones, screens, electronics, you're entering into what's known as a technomantic interference zone. As we've talked about before on other videos, electromagnetic frequencies, or EMFs, and certain types of binaural rhythms or chaotic sounds can alter our brain waves. This makes us more receptive to certain energetic frequencies that are beyond our natural field. The devices can also act as spiritual conductors, not unlike scrying mirrors, allowing latent energies to piggyback through our open subconscious. So you've got to learn how to develop a defense system when this happens. Some spiritualists and energy workers even believe that certain broadcast frequencies or video content can carry embedded sigils or energetic hooks, and that's not always intentional, but it is potent enough to attract unwanted attention, especially unwanted astral attention. So what can we do about it? Well, first off, we have to take back our sovereignty over our dream space. We have to consider that we need better energetic and spiritual practices. We want to always try to cleanse our space, right? And if it's where you're having this happen, maybe is in the TV room, then, cleanse the TV room. If it happens in your bedroom, then cleanse your bedroom. You try to use certain herbs, sage, palo santo, mugwort, frankincense, bells, tuning forks, right? You want to ring those bells. You want to stop sleeping with these electronic devices on, whether it's a TV playing or sacred soundscapes. You wanna try to get good things playing in the background, like maybe certain frequencies, certain types of music that will put you in a good place, not in a place where you're ripe for attack. You want to always call back your energy. I call back my energy. I permit no being to enter my dream space unless sent by the Most High God, the divine, or my highest self. Right? You want to command that. You want to take your power back. You want to say that with authority. You want to speak that into the ethers. You want to shield your visualizations. You surround yourself with something that reflects back any projection. And I'm talking about from a mental standpoint. You want to do a lot of dream journaling. You want to track patterns. You want to spot repeated symbols or attackers. Over time, awareness will reduce their power. You want to invoke the help of your ancestors. Invoke the help of your guides or your protectors. Ask for specific ancestral, angelic, or spirit allies to walk with you through the dream realms. Because this is the most important thing. When you become lucid in the astral, there is a lot that's going on that you have to be prepared for. If you're not, it can be very dangerous because you can be subject to certain types of attacks. And it's not an overactive imagination. This is lucid sensitivity developing the astral layers. We are becoming perceptive to energies and entities that operate outside of normal awareness. While unsettling, this awareness is a gift. In many mystery schools, it is the sign of a soul awakening to the multidimensional nature of the world. We're not alone in this journey. Many dreamers, shamans, seers, and initiates have walked the same path. And they've left notes, they've left journals, they've left roadmaps. Trust your discernment. Fearing is the last thing you want to do. I know I stopped fearing a long time ago. You are the sovereign architect of your own inner worlds. Well, no matter what this outside entity might want to try to do to you, they cannot control you. And if you fight back and reclaim your power, they become powerless. Thank you for joining me in this sacred hour. This has been the Unrelenting Alchemist. Until next time, walk wisely, walk bravely, and when the dark calls, answer not with fear, but with fire.
And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you.